Howdy, y'all. It's Curious Raven on this Friday morning. I hope everyone had a great week. We are going to read a collection of haunted house stories today. I hope you enjoy. Number 1. I've always been into the supernatural, ever since I was a child. Needless to say, after a while, this idea no longer scares me as it did before. For the past 10-ish days, I've been staying in a different house while on vacation with my family. It's small and old, with a significant history. The house is located in a small town, known for its fishing and hunting, beautiful views. I've been here many times, and the town has never felt eerie to me, which is how many describe it because of the old buildings and the lack of people. A few days into my stay, the person we were with told us a story. How basically, if you look for a specific angle in the yard, you can see a stump, shaped as a woman holding an infant. He goes on to say that a single family lived here, man, woman, and infant. The husband killed himself in his bedroom soon after. The wife was very upset and also decided to kill herself and the infant, manifesting into that stump. I always fall asleep with a video or music on, very quietly. Last night, once the video shut off, I awoke, which rarely happens. I look around my room, and I see a couple standing in front of the window staring at the door. The man was resting his arm around his wife, who was standing on his left. They looked calm, and the husband was glancing down at his feet. She was looking forward. I was startled and shouted, "Yes?" I blinked, and they disappeared. I'm not sure who this was, or if I was just half awake, but either way, it was pretty interesting. Number 2. So, I don't know if I'm tripping out for no reason, or if I'm really hearing things. This is the first time I've heard something like this. So basically, I got home yesterday and hung out in our room until she finally went to bed. I decided that I was going to play some Call of Duty before I had to go to sleep. Once I was tired, I then had to use the bathroom, and no sooner than I was done, it sounded like my front door opened. I live in a small 2-bedroom trailer, mind you, and my bathroom is essentially right next to the front door. I have a dog. She stays on the porch, and she knows she isn't allowed in the house. But it sounded like she was in the hallway. I thought someone had come in on us, whether it be her dad or if my dog knocked the door open. I opened the bathroom door after about a minute of me trying to see if I could hear footsteps, and nothing. Door was never opened apparently. My girlfriend baby mama is schizophrenic, so she didn't think of telling me she hears this all the time because she thinks she makes it up. I told her what happened, and then I learned she has heard it multiple times. What do you all think could be going on? Is my door broken? Is my home haunted? If you feel like I've left anything out or want me to elaborate on anything so you can understand it better, please comment and I'll give you more information. Number 3. What does it mean when a spirit ghost starts mocking someone? My boyfriend and I just moved into a new place late April, and for the last 2 days we have been experiencing a mocking of his voice. I guess it's just me, because he hasn't heard it yet, but he believes me and we're both very freaked out. The day it happened, when he wasn't awake, and just 15 minutes ago, when he asked me if I want anything to drink. We will say something, and even though I hear it, I respond with a what? And he never actually said anything. So far, it's only been questions the ghost or spirit has said. The people who lived there before us were abusers of intoxications, and it was a very violent household. We've heard a window open since living here, which resulted in the landlord getting cameras around the home in case it was the last people trying to get in. But now I'm thinking it wasn't them. Obviously, that's not for sure, but we're just really freaked out. If anyone has any info, it would be greatly appreciated. Number 4. It's been about 3 years that I've had him. I usually always like getting something to eat late. So today while I was making myself something, told my dog to come since I like sharing some with him. Instead, he started growling and barking into the empty space behind me. My dog is really quiet and barely barks at all, so it's really out of character for him. This, of course, creeped me out, but I tried thinking logically. We do have mice in the house, so I assumed maybe he saw one of those, but I could not find any at all. And then I thought maybe it's the window and he's seeing his reflection. So I closed it with that the empty space behind me, and this creeped me out even more, and I got out of my kitchen and went to the living room, and I called him. But he didn't budge. He stayed there growling at God knows what. I've always believed in ghosts, but I don't know. Maybe there's an explanation for this? As I'm writing this in my room, my dog went back to the kitchen. My room is close to the kitchen, and I can hear him still growling and puffing his nose. This happened around 3 years ago as well, and he was maybe around 1. It was the same spot, and he did the same thing, refused to leave the place. And then the next day, when me and my mom were watching TV with the dog, we heard a loud bang. When we went into the kitchen, some of our cups had been taken and thrown, with the refrigerator door opened wide. We store them there because they're the ice-cold cups that you put in the refrigerator. They were smashed and everything. I don't know if there could be a logical reason, or maybe a ghost, but I've never really had any problems here in the house, aside from maybe some doors opening on their own occasionally, and my family is very spiritual and believes in that type of stuff. Number 5, we move a year or so, and just recently, about a month, I keep seeing what I think is a spirit. It comes and goes mainly when I lay down with my youngest for hood nap time. What I see are small, almost sparkly comets moving around, but this morning they merged as I reached my hand out towards them. They reached to me. My mother-in-law that I have never met, as she had passed before I met my husband, but we have a teddy bear made from one of her coats. The sparkling always tends to come and go through the bear. At first I thought it was just light reflection or seeing issues, but when I look around, it's as if they are only in one spot of the room. We also recently rearranged the entire room, and still they originate and leave the light the bear in the corner. Any insight would be appreciated, as I am 31 and never experienced this before. I don't really look for paranormal things or into type of this stuff, but I do really enjoy reading people's auras, so I do have a lot of practice in seeing things others sometimes do not. Number 6. Since being at the land my childhood trailer had been moved to, I had a lot of experiences. They're normally nothing too aggressive, but there is one that is. I have been on a new property since 2006, and this entity has been here since. Started in what was my parents' room, which is now mine and my wife's. We have kept sage in the closet, periodically changing it out. Recently, I have been having a reoccurring experience while sleeping with this spirit from my childhood, and I didn't think anything of it, but just earlier my wife brought it up, that she saw it. I didn't tell her about it when she moved in 2013 in fear of scaring her. She has seen it before, and we talked about it initially. I'm wondering if anyone has any suggestions about this spirit, or we just keep doing the sage process. When we do it, we don't get anything for 2 to 3 years outside of the closet in our room. What do you think? Alright, y'all. That is the end of the video. I hope y'all enjoyed those weird hauntings of trailers, mainly. It was a lot that had to do with trailers and stuff. But I hope y'all have a great Friday. I will see you tomorrow for Creepy Pasta Saturday. I love y'all so much. I will see you in the next one. But until then, remember, it's scary out there. Please like and subscribe.
Kids screaming in the cradles, profanities. I see the world through ice covered in ink and bleach. Cross